Design is one of those things that word of mouth spreads quickly. If your designers do a good job, your customers will tell others about them. They will go off and brag about how good of a job you did. That's when you will come out ahead and make the real big bucks. Word of mouth advertising is best because it's all profit. You do nothing, and your customers spread the word about your business. If you can achieve this level of success, it's like printing money. It takes a highly skilled person to pull off a successful PPC ad campaign. You don't need to be skilled at all to do it. You only need to find people who are. Sure, you need to learn the lingo and all that. You will be talking to potential customers, and they'll know right away if you have no clue what's going on. You can learn all the lingo and everything about PPC by watching a few YouTube videos. Pay-per-click marketing is quite challenging to do if you want to make a good profit, but your expert will know all about that. Your job is to get the clients, and you get a cut of the money. Right here is the trick that makes it all worthwhile. You can have your expert buy traffic to your PPC service site. You get customers and funnel them back to your expert. Think about that for just a second. Your job is to create a website and to do all the customer service. They find the customers for you and then do their work. It's an ingenious way of making money. Keep scaling and buying advertising until you have enough regular customers to rely on. If your expert is any good at what they do, you'll be making money in a matter of no time. Some businesses that you buy and sell services through arbitrage won't be so heavily reliant on results. You'll make money regardless if the customer does. That's not true in the world of PPC marketing. If your customers aren't making a profit, then they won't stick around. Make sure that you have the highest qualified PPC experts possible working for you. Anything less and it's not going to pan out. You'll know if the expert you hired is worth paying after a month of their service. You'll get an idea by the ads you run and the response you get from your clients. WordPress has taken the internet by storm. You probably have at least one site powered by WordPress. Every WordPress site needs a theme. Almost no one uses the theme that comes out of the box when installing WordPress. Not only is there an opportunity to make money with WordPress themes, but there's also custom coding that can be done as well. It doesn't matter if any of this makes sense to you. You're not going to be the one doing the work. You'll hire someone to do all of it for you. Your job is to bring them customers and to make sure that those who buy your services are happy. The internet isn't done expanding yet. As the internet expands, so does the number of WordPress sites online. Quite a few of those sites are being built by people and companies who have a big budget. You can cash in on that by providing them with designs. It will take a little bit of time for you to learn how to spot customers in the wild who need help. It would be a huge mistake to think that you can build a site and they will come to you. You'll have to go to them, but there's nothing wrong with that. You'll end up building relationships and a reputation in the process. Those who want to make money online in the long term will appreciate those relationships as they turn into money-making opportunities for years to come. The more familiar you get with WordPress, the more money-making potential you'll have. You'll see new avenues to make money. You won't be stuck with only themes and modifications. You'll discover the worlds of plugins and customizations that many businesses need. You can also go the route of specializing in a field that has a high demand. For example, you may specialize in sites realtors use to get customers. Realtors are great customers because they're willing to spend money on good results. They are just one of the many types of customers you can seek out to grow your business. It's not unheard of for businesses to need scripts that aren't currently on the market. There is also a need to modify the scripts that are currently being sold. The scripts might be things that take a few hours to make or a few months. The length of time it takes to create a script depends on its complexity and how many people are working on it. If you're a one-man team, then it's going to take some time. That doesn't mean it's impossible to find work for your coder, though you will want to reinvest some of your money back into hiring quality coders once the ball gets rolling. Delivery time is a big concern for those who are hiring out work to be done for them. Not everyone who is a programmer went to school for it. There are all kinds of amateurs floating around on the internet. An amateur tends to be someone who only learns what they find is interesting. What someone finds interesting isn't always the best thing for the problem at hand. You should ask any potential programmer that you hire what they've worked on recently. You will also find that older programmers might be stuck in their ways. Just because they aren't familiar with WordPress doesn't mean that your potential customers will use another CMS. The freelancer that you hire to do the job should be as flexible in the customer's needs. You're going to have to be a little familiar with how scripting works to pull this off, but you don't need to know how to program. You only need to know how to install and run the scripts. By making sure that the script works, you'll be able to cut back on the amount of frustration your customers experience. They will get frustrated quite easily if the script they paid for doesn't work. If you run across any bugs, then immediately notify your programmers. A little bit of prevention goes a long way when it comes to making sure your customers are happy. The goal is always to build up a solid reputation in hopes that your customers come back when they need something else done for them. Sales copy is one of those things that everyone who is in marketing needs. So many people downplay the importance of sales copy. Those people tend to not make any money. You can be the person who offers them copy that converts. Finding a copywriter who can deliver sales isn't that difficult. You only need to go out and find them. Freelancing sites are full of copywriters who have a proven track record. If you can find just one who can hit home runs, that's all it takes. You will use their magical sales abilities to satisfy the customers that you find. There is a race to the bottom mentality when it comes to any creative business. You need to stand firm and charge a rate that is fair to both you and your freelancer. You might not make as much as the person writing the sales copy, but you need to realize that you're just as important as they are. You are the one who is going out there and finding customers. The amount you make should depend on the effort it takes to get customers. If you have a hard time finding customers, then charge more money for your services. You may also find that there are certain times of the year you make more money than others. Sales copy is a field where there are ebbs and flows. You need to cherish the repeat customers that you get. Always make sure that the final product is the best that it can be. Don't accept anything other than the best from your writers. Also, you may consider giving the customer free revisions if they need them. It's a good idea to allow the customers to have their order tweaked slightly for no extra charge. It's quite common that sales text won't be a winner right out of the gate. You probably will need to have your copywriter make minor adjustments to improve the conversion rate of the copy. This is another thing to keep in mind when you're determining how much to charge your customers. Any revisions will come out of your pocket as your writer won't work for free. Did you know that the people who sell ebooks don't write them? They often have ghostwriters who produce the ebook for them. The entire process is outsourced, even down to the ebook cover. You won't be doing any writing yourself. You will be, however, hiring a freelancer to do all the work for you. There are tons of ghostwriters out there who need work. You will not have any problems at all finding someone to write an ebook for you regardless of the length. A common mistake made by those who are doing this sort of arbitrage is people work with only niches they are familiar with. It's possible to hire a freelancer to write any content you can imagine. If you're talking to a potential customer and they have needs that are beyond your expertise, then Google your questions. Read the answers and then get back to your customer. You can also tell them that you're not the one who is writing their ebook, though it's probably best that they don't know that detail. They might feel if you aren't writing the content, then it might not be as good. You will find some customers who want both ebooks made for them and audiobooks. They will want someone to read the ebook that you make for them. This is also another service that you can outsource. Finding someone who can make an audiobook for you is simple. Just go to the freelancing site where you found the writer. There should be dozens, if not hundreds, of people who create audio content. You will want to find someone who is a native English speaker if the ebook is written in English. But it won't be difficult at all to find someone. The entire process of finding someone to make the audio recordings and putting them to work takes only a few minutes at most. Graphics are something that is always in super strong demand. Don't make the mistake of thinking that graphics are only logos and nothing else. There are a whole host of things that require graphics. Did you know that the videos need graphics? The intros to videos often contain graphics. Also, there are infographics and custom-made animations that can be found on quite a few sites. Regardless of the niche your customers are working with, there's always going to be a need for graphics. It's a consistent market that doesn't fluctuate much. If anything, the need for graphics only increases, as do internet speeds around the world. Did you ever think that eBay sellers might need custom graphics? What about social media influencers? They too need custom graphics. The average marketer will think too broadly, and this will hurt their chances of making money. They will only look for people who need the type of graphics they associate with typical web applications. By thinking out of the box, you'll expose your services to many more customers. Ask yourself who needs graphics, and then go out there and connect with them. It's best to invest your time and effort with those who you feel are more likely to become repeat buyers. This is going to sound pretty strange, but it will turn out to be sound advice. There are many free online tools that people use to create graphics. You want to avoid freelancers who use these sorts of tools. The ideal person to help you turn your arbitrage dreams into reality will be someone who uses Photoshop. Ideally, they went to school to learn graphic design, but that isn't necessary. What is required is that they produce a great final product that makes your customers happy. This can only be achieved by using Photoshop and not a free online service. Anyone can use those sites, and the end product isn't worth selling. The customer will feel as if they were ripped off if you send them something made at a free site, and they would be justified for feeling that way. All of the big companies have someone manage their social media accounts. Rarely does any of them sit at the computer all day and read their messages. It doesn't take much skill to read and respond to messages on social media, though it does take quite a bit of know-how to get content to go viral. The process of getting content to go viral is one that many people don't have a firm grasp of. You can play that to your advantage by going out there and finding social media managers who can make content go viral. You won't have any problems selling your services if you can get the customer an almost unlimited supply of free traffic.